Okay.
Over here, by the plant.
And like,
He's gonna think the plant's talking to him. This is great.
and he like looks over and he's like, buddy, I didn't know you could talk. Why you sound like a girl?
I'm not the
All
plant.
plants are girls.
I was hoping you'd come over though. This is Texas. I'm invisible right now.
All of Texas.
Well, not all of Texas.
Oh my god.
A person. I technically lived there for a very short time. You met me.
I don't need to know your backstory. What
Okay.
what do you need?
Well, there's a group of
No,
people.
no, no. Go through the entire fence.
A lot has changed in the past 12 hours.
Good God, man! You have a dangle now. I'm not going to fault you for any sort of like thing that you went through. Your body has gone through a metamorphosis overnight. Please, it's fine. You do not need to apologize. And he just kind of looks at you and puts a hand on your shoulder and just like
You gotta dangle.
like, all right, you were somebody who lived in Texas,
Right.
and then you
It's
took
not
the name
important
Texas?
though. That part isn't important. This is the important thing.
Why would you open with that if
No.
it wasn't
Well,
important?
I was just trying to introduce myself. Okay, so
Okay.
the important thing is there was a group in here, and now there's still one of them, but the others are gone, but they're coming back, and they want to kill us?
Are they from Texas too?
No, I don't think so. Maybe. But the important thing is they want to kill at least one, if not more, of us, and or do serious harm and damage. So, do
Okay.
you guys have rules or like a safe room?
No, we kind of play
Or-
it fast and loose here.
Yeah, I've heard that. So we should just kind of hightail it on out of here?
I mean, you could fight them. That'd be kind of entertaining. No,
Well-
right?
Am I bound to some sort of thing? I feel like the most responsible thing to do is to know, like, before you put on jewelry given to you by a god.
You feel like the most
Well, I
responsible thing to do when a god
I-
offers you a gift is to be like, well,
Well,
is
no, I
there a
thank you
user
very
agreement
much.
that
I
we
just-
need to sign here?
I
This
feel
is-
like
I mean, she's very nice, but this is no Banyan, the god of the lions. I mean, he's the king of the beasts.
And as Bubba walks out, he goes, hey, man, now I'm gonna get him, turn on. Woo!
Sorry guys, I speak Bubba. I know, how you doing?
And man, from Arthur Baldwin to share stuff all the time.
You ain't fooling? Hey, my brother Cletus would love to talk to you.
Hey, man, Terrell, from the shoes, hey, folks, and they don't feel like pretty like people you're going in.
All right, now sounds good.
I'm just gonna cast in code thoughts to just pull this memory out for later. Someone's gonna want to study.
Are you always invisible?
No, I just did this because I was trying to be stealthy. It's not working very well. I can see
No,
that.
because you're still talking.
I know, I have learned my lesson. I haven't learned my lesson. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm going to do more stupid stuff. It just kind of happens.
Hello everybody! Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Thursday night. It is time for a little D&D here on Indigo Chameleon with some new faces joining the Lost Isle cast today. Look at this. Some new locations, some new faces. I love the fact that Maz, you're playing it like you didn't know you were going to be on stream. It's my new aesthetic right now. Like we plucked you from your bed and you're like, what? What's happening? I love it so much. Hi guys, welcome. We've got a few announcements before we get started with tonight's game. We have a Discord. You should come hang out there. We've got lots of cool stuff like memes and inspiration and cool t-shirts that feature our logo, that little karma chameleon that's on that mug right there. And on that shirt that Maz is wearing. And on that shirt that Wolf is wearing. And on that shirt that No, Meredith, no. So, so yes, thank you so much for everybody that's helped support the channel and bought stuff from the merch store. Upcoming schedule for this week. Let's see, today is Thursday. Normally we have something going on Friday. Dad needed a mental health day, so I'm taking the day off tomorrow. We're not streaming. I'm not gonna look at my 20-sided dice. I'm gonna look at the 2 backup 20-sided dice that I keep in my back pocket at all times. But the main ones, no, I'm putting them away. But I'm taking the night off. But who knows? Indigo Chameleon and I have been known to do some pop-up streams on the weekend and stuff like that. I have just now, and Meredith is about to be surprised in a way. I have just now secured what I think is the schedule for all of October, like where everything is, and kind of like set the dates, and so I'm gonna do a big massive schedule, and it's gonna be awesome. Holly Hammer, thank you so much. That's happening. Yes, you do need one, and oh my gosh. So yes.
I know, I love this mug.
Uh,
It's huge. It's a great mug.
On-
Even good for soup.
on Tuesday, we go to Wanderlust, an exploration of Wildmount, to join us as we do our campaign there and explore Wildmount. The crew is currently working after some revelations that happened last Tuesday, and then on Thursday we will continue onward with this particular arc here on the Lost Isles. We're going to continue to do this for quite some time. I think that's it for announcements. I think that's it for upcoming stuff. However, oh no, it's not, because I want to plug some amazing shows that you can watch. Normally, you can catch Wolf Grin doing Beat Saber, but pal, I don't think you're doing Beat Saber this weekend, are you?
Not this weekend. We are, actually, I'm lying in bed right now in a strange hotel in the middle of Florida.
So you're not going to be able to catch that, but you can catch Icky V doing some amazing D&D this weekend. You want to tell them about some of the shenanigans you have in store for your players?
Ooh, this weekend, I gave my players a choice. We could go inward or we could go outward with our live streams. So this week we are going inland to explore some places that we have yet to explore, meet some not so friendly faces that the party has been looking to meet, and hopefully get a lot of real fun lore. That's on Friday nights and Saturday nights. We start really late. We start like 9:30 and go till about 1. Depending upon how people feel. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter. It just depends. But yeah, we have some underwater shenanigans that might pop up on stream, but we do a lot of that in our own Discord. But there's lots of stuff in the works. I'm really excited about it.
Please tune in this weekend and spend your weekend right, supporting TTRPG streamers and good streamers. So, does anybody have anything else they want to plug? No?
No.
Once upon a time on the Lost Isle, we ended our interlude with the group taking a bit of a sojourn. Each of the crew was able to talk about some of the time that they spent with their week off, some of them exploring and uncovering secrets about their past or uncovering secrets about the island themselves. And then I would encourage you to go back and watch that particular episode, as we learned that Dimitri and Cheshire have gone into business together and formed their particular branch or franchise of the Fantasy Costco, with half of it being the flair of Cheshire's personality and the other half being more of Dimitri's business-like side of things. Some of the crew picked up some magical items. The rest of the crew picked up feats that they've used to augment their amazing characters. Currently, they are preparing for breakfast, as Kiara has invited their DM, who's taken a sort of a back seat to the game, letting the group make decisions for them and not really leading them at all. Kiara has invited Sai to join them all for breakfast in the morning. So right now, Sai is going to have to deal with talking with the group, and we'll learn more about Moswald's character as soon as we are able to. But now, let's actually pick up right where we left off. Heroes, you're waking up in the morning and to go to breakfast downstairs in the library. You would hear the sounds of Kiara banging around in the kitchen. Is Kiara an adept cook? Like, what is she making? Is it kind of simplistic stuff? Oh, you accidentally muted. You accidentally got muted.
Totally muted. But she's making kind of like the basic bacon and eggs kind of thing. But she would be also making biscuits, so she is like frantic, but also trying to like keep her cool by singing. So that's what you hear.
Okay, tell you what, give me a dexterity saving throw. Just to make sure nothing burns during this whole process.
As soon as Kiara's character sheet loads. I know it's not good, but...
No, that's fine.
We'll see. I rolled a 16, but I don't know what my pluses are.
Okay. I'd say that's fair enough. You managed to not burn anything, none of the bacon and stuff like that. So, Texas, Turk, William, you were all, Cass, are all awakened to the smells and sounds of breakfast being cooked. It's not something that you're used to. I don't know if anybody here is like the designated chef. And Turk, I don't know if you're up like obscenely early to catch those early morning waves off the coast.
And it all depends on when she would have started cooking as to whether or not I would have caught her singing her lovely voice on the way out the door.
We'll say this, Turk, since you are the early riser, we'll say that you come back just in the nick of time. You might catch the tail end of breakfast, and they know you're there, so you might get like those little burnt eggs at the very bottom that I tend to prefer. So yeah.
Yeah. Everything tastes like seawater after surfing anyways. Not a big deal.
That's fair. Texas, what are you doing in the morning? I'll say that you are able to hear the sounds of breakfast being made.
Well, hopefully waking up alone this time. I don't think I got up to any shenanigans. Bringing a giant pot of my special coffee to donate.
Okay.
To the breakfast, and yeah. That sounds good.
Cool. I'm going to have Texas and Sai arrive around the same time. You would see his tall, angular features at the door, and he almost looks a little chagrined, like it's breakfast, but he's holding a bottle of wine, like that because you invited him over to a place, and he hasn't really seen the group, so he brings over like a bottle of wine, and he's he just sort of lets himself into the space. Hello. Yes, Kiara invited me, and I thought it might be kind of fun to bring a little something over, if that's all right.
I point at the wine and say, well, that tells us you haven't been here enough, because that won't go in coffee in the morning. Whiskey will.
Yes. I can run out and get us some if you prefer.
No, that's okay. But just so you know for next time.
Sure. Next time.
Right.
Alchemist Bender, just going to copyright a brand of whiskey called My Special Coffee. Be right back. What are you having this morning? My Special Coffee. Oh, nice. Congrats. Yeah. So Sai comes in and he's going to try to make small talk with individuals as they come out. He doesn't have anything of import to discuss with the group. Cass, William, Turk, whenever you stroll into the scene, do you do anything in particular, like grabbing breakfast or?
Well, I'll probably be walking in with only half my wetsuit on, the appropriate half, and probably a lot of sand and stuff on the first thing I would be doing is heading over to the Texas top.
Did anybody else have the image of somebody walking into a room with just the top half on, in like the weirdest power move of just like, hey guys, what's up? Like top half fully zipped, like the other like almost like a little like booty cape, like just a little like cape.
He's Donald Ducking it around the house.
Kirk, you better put on that appropriate half of your wetsuit.
Every time I take a drink on this stream,
every time.
Okay.
Just don't even try anymore.
I'm so dehydrated.
Drink water, please.
Yeah, Turk. You good?
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. I'm great.
Okay.
Living free and easy, and
I'm gonna go have breakfast in bed.
You're gonna have breakfast in bed. I'll say that you go grab some breakfast for you and your dearly beloved, and you grab a couple of plates and head upstairs. Cass, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I would have been finding little bits of whatever the kitten wants to play with or eat, or my focus is going to be largely on kitten.
Right. But what is Cass doing?
Focusing on
No. No, you're good. You're good. So yeah, you spent a little time with the cat. You spent a little bit of time with the kitten. You all are eating breakfast, and Sai will look at anyone who's sitting at the table and just be like, "So, how was your latest adventure? Your latest mission, as it was?"
Do you know where it was?
I have some idea. I have contacts here and there. Supposedly you
Okay,
were in a
go ahead.
different dimension, yes?
We
So
were
far, so good.
not all together.
Where, Texas, where were you?
Oh, where was I? Yeah, I was off with the dragon.
That's right, to the council, the favor that you owed.
Yeah.
Did that get accomplished?
Wouldn't you like to know? Yeah, it did. I don't know. You're not really keeping up with what's going on with us, so I'm just kind of enjoying watching you squirm a little bit. I mean, I probably shouldn't. And sometimes I just say things that come out of my mouth, and maybe I'm a little too honest, but that's okay.
No.
You need to get her a muzzle, honestly.
No.
I need to know.
Did you say muzzle?
Oh,
I'm glad I'm not there.
Can we see Texas's shoulder?
I don't know. In the clothing that Texas wears, can you see her shoulder?
Sure. Because it should be gone now, right?
Yeah.
Is she still marked?
No, she is not.
Now I'm just marked in a different way.
Texas, no.
Oh.
It wasn't
Appropriate.
Brad. That's
Inappropriate
the one that-
at the dinner table. Breakfast table.
She's got dragon's breath. Don't stand close to her.
So
I try to shove a biscuit in her mouth, so she just
shove a mint tree in her mouth.
Turk, Cass, Kiara, Texas, and William. I need all of you, wherever you are in the house, to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
12.
10.
12, 10.
Alchemy spend his birthday dice. Roll the 20. I love those dice.
20 is good. Kiara?
modded 20.
Modded 20. Turk?
14.
14. So honestly, Turk makes it, Kiara makes it, and Texas makes it. William and Cass, go ahead and roll me a d4.
Ruh-roh.
2.
2?
3.
William and Cass, go ahead and eliminate however many you want to. Either whatever you rolled spell slot or spells adding up to that particular slot. So it can be a 1 and a 2 if you rolled a 3. It can be a 3rd level spell slot, whatever you like. As there is an odd sensation that hits every caster in the group, which is everyone in the group. There is this weird shockwave that moves through all of you. And Sai feels it as well as he grabs the table, and you see Sai start to go very pale. He does not look good, and you all feel it. Some of you are able to shake off this, whatever this feeling is. It almost feels like the connection that you have to magic, whether it be divine connection or learned connection or connections with the earth through artistry, whatever that is, the very connection to magic suddenly got weak. It's almost as if like there's a fire hose and somebody stood on top of the hose and cut the water off for a second. So everybody in the room, yeah.
What was that?
I don't know.
What
I'm
could it
gonna
be
grip
like?
Excalibur the staff.
Excalibur is radiating subtle magics, Kiara. And it's something that you're able to see, and you believe that this might have helped the people in proximity. to it a little bit more so than anyone else. Like the magic surrounding Excalibur seemed to have assisted you in fighting off whatever this wave was. Cass, you hear a soft whisper in the back of your head.
Oh.
Cass?
Yeah?
I don't feel so good.
Hate that. Can I, how, do I help? What do I do?
Cass?
Hello? Did I lose you?
You're just hearing this, almost this like soft cry that comes from Cheshire, who's always been a little bit of a boisterous voice, a very alive presence, but for the first time, Cheshire's sounding weak, as if he's hurt. There's a soft like mewling that comes from him that you've heard in like injured cats and stuff like that before when they don't want to be touched.
Is Cass talking out loud to Cheshire right now?
Probably. Yeah. I'm gonna, Cass is gonna look to see wherever the kitten is right now and see if the kitten is acting any differently as well. But she's gonna keep trying to make verbal connection back with the voice in her head.
Yeah. Okay, the kitten looks fine. The kitten's over playing with a little piece of string and off in the corner, and just sort of jumping around the table, doing what normal kittens do. So the kitten doesn't look affected at all by whatever this shockwave was and whatever has been done to your patron, your deity. So you're just.
I'm gonna look at. Hopefully, I have shoes on. If not, it's gonna get weird. Probably book it over to the garden where she put the book.
Okay.
In the deities area, and just look and see if she can identify anything.
Cass, you're the first one to the door, and you open it up, and the sky is a sickly orange color. And it seems to be radiating from the island itself. William, Cass, Kiara, and Turk, I need intelligence checks.
Uh, 17.
17 from Cass. William?
Was Laura affected?
Larathel was affected a little bit. She felt it too, but she made her save. So whatever it was that was affecting, she seems to have fought it off a little bit better than you did. Like you're still feeling a little weak and drained, but as Cass goes outside, I'm going to say that the door opens, and from wherever you all are, Turk, Kiara, William, and Cass. What was that intelligence check?
19.
19, Turk.
15.
15, William.
13.
13. My 19 and 18, I think it was, Cass.
17.
17. The color is different, but this odd glow that you're seeing, you've seen one time before. For any of you that were present aboard the Titanic, right after Jewel was killed, or right after Crystal was killed. I'm sorry. This odd, like unearthly glow that just sort of radiated outward. It was like a burst. And as she disappeared, this is the glow that you saw. Like this odd, luminescent blast.
I was gonna stutter at the light and maybe not step foot out as she opens the door and like look back to see if anyone else recognizes it behind her.
Okay. Running down the street is chaos. Like people are looking outside their room. You see who's a caster, who's connected to magic immediately. Any caster on the island is starting to look very, very ill. Those that are not casters, that have no ties to magic or anything along those lines, are helping those that they can and bringing them inside buildings. Mordrew is running like a bat out of hell down the street. As you look back into the room, you would see Kiara reacting to it, but Mordrew is beelining for the place, beelining for the library. William.
I want to run for my aunt.
Okay. William, you go out the door and start running for the club. As Mordrew is kind of running forward, as you go past William, he's going to grab you by the shoulders and look at you, and you see him give you a very genuine look as he tries to stop you, and he goes, "I'm sorry."
I'm gonna activate my bunny slippers.
Well, she's gone.
What do you mean she's gone?
She didn't have a body. Like, she was a being. Somebody's messing with the fabric of magic itself. William, she's gone.
There's got to be something there.
You have to go. You have to figure out what this is. Like, and he is going to, like, to try to pull you into the library as this light outside is getting brighter and brighter, signaling the end of the world. Like, this magic is being stripped away from the world. And because of the makeups of the Lost Isle, you are at the epicenter of it. He is going to pull you inside of the library and immediately start taking a piece of chalk out of his satchel and start drawing on the ground. He starts pushing furniture back, and Mordrew starts drawing, and he looks over at Sai, and Sai goes, on it, and Sai backs up to the far corner of the room, as far as he possibly can, and starts rolling up his sleeves. He then takes a knife out from his pocket and cuts deep into the palm of the left hand. And starts basically like walking around the outskirts of the room, wiping his hand along the wall and tracing this line alongside the perimeter of the library, trying to do something as Mordrew starts tracing these arcane sigils into the ground. Chalk circles over and over and over again.
Does Laura have any defenses in this library?
Laurathel has magical defenses, and whatever defenses came with the library proper. So when Laurathel comes downstairs, she sees what's going on and just basically is as confused as you all. Sai begins to speak. He goes, "You wanted leadership? This is it. The world is ending. Magic is being stripped away from the island, and every change that we've made up until this point is about to be negated. Something's wrong. And I'm going to try to hold off enough time to send you all to the point of origin. And hopefully you can change this mess before it even happens." And you see his blood as it pushes up against the wall, it's sort of absorbed into it. Whatever orange light is outside this building, it is being held back by whatever is inside Sai, as he's pouring his life essence alongside the wall to create a bomb shelter, a mystical bomb shelter, using his abilities to hold back this area. Okay?
I'm gonna run to his room real quick and probably losing the wetsuit as he goes, and immediately puts his hand out and says "Cowabunga" to get his armor on.
Yep, the armor slides out of the soda, into the 2-liter soda bottle, whatever you mean, like slides and slithers around you and forms around you. Crew, you have exactly a few minutes to grab whatever materials you would like from your room before this building is obliterated. Okay? You see Mordrew is building what you think is a teleportation circle. But it's unlike any sort of teleportation circle you have ever seen in your entire life. There are sigils all over this thing. There are drawings that you have never seen before. If anybody wants to study it, and if you have everything that you need on you, you can give me an Arcana check. The rest of you, I imagine, are just using this time to run and grab what other items you need from your room before you make this journey.
I'll grab my stuff from my room, and because everything I have is really in a bag that I really need.
Yeah.
So I'll just grab it, and then on my way up, I'm going to ask Laura if I could take a book.
Yeah. She goes, which one? Which one, dear?
An empty one.
An empty one. Yeah, take 3. And she'll grab 3 books and hand them to you.
Put them in my bag.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She goes, I'm going to stay here. I've got magic inherent in me, but it's nothing enough that I can't stop. I'm going to try to get as many people to safety as I can. You all fix this problem. And she's going to hand the books to you and grab William and just plant a huge kiss on him.
If she's not coming, then I have nothing else to grab.
Then, Texas, what are you doing?
I'm gonna see if I can help with this circle thing. I don't have any portal magic, but I can at least inspire.
Okay, give me inspiration. Kiara, I'm sorry, did I interrupt you? Were you going to do something else when you grab those books?
I'm just going to say. I was just going to say to Sai before we leave. Thank you for coming for breakfast, even if you did bring wine.
He goes, don't mention it. I would prefer if we had maybe a brunch date next time and the world wasn't ending.
A date? Sure.
Oh, yeah, yes, okay. And you see him start to smile a little bit as he runs around the room, spreading the letter along the walls. Texas, who are you inspiring?
Mordrew.
Okay.
He's the one making the circle.
How do you inspire Mordrew, Texas?
Oh my gosh. Listen, I know we don't always get along, but however I can help, I will help. What do you need?
What do you want? What do you want?
Stuff your way. I've got dragon's breath.
He looks at you and he seems like he's furiously writing on the ground. But as you say, what can I do? He looks up at you and he smiles and he says, "That's enough. You wanting to help, that's enough."
I'll put a hand on his shoulder.
Yeah. As you
Covering up my camera because I need to step out for a second.
Yeah, as you place a hand on his shoulder to inspire him, he is considered very, very much inspired and continues to trace there. Go ahead and mute, and then you're free to go from there if you'd like. Okay, so you go to see what is to help and things of that sort. William, are you trying to understand this circle?
Yes, as much as I can glean from it as possible.
Okay, give me an Arcana check, please.
Rolling so well tonight. Oh, okay, 28.
28. With a 28 Arcana check, it's advanced magics, pal. But you know enough about this that you can pick up the rudimentary stuff while he's working on the more advanced stuff. You grab a piece of chalk that he kind of tosses to you from outside of his bag. You catch it and you begin to assist with this circle. Between you and Texas assisting in this manner, the circle begins to glow. And spark this arcane blue as the light around the area starts getting brighter and brighter, shining in through the windows and things of that sort. As this teleportation circle activates, and Mordrew looks at the group and just sort of points you to go, go, go.
Back later, be safe.
Yeah.
And heart emoji, and
I love you sending a text and being like, 2 seconds, guys, 2 seconds. I love you, the bestest. Coffee later, if the world doesn't end, LOL, JK, maybe. And cool. You send this text, and then Turk jumps through. Cass?
Coming next week to Barnes & Noble by Turk, his text message. Cass is going to round up cat food and cat bed that hopefully also doubles as some kind of carrying case because now we have 2 cats in our party.
Yep.
And she was also going to reach for one of the books from Laura, but if Laura's otherwise busy, she'll just grab one.
Yeah, just grab. Are you grabbing one with an animal in it or one of the blank books?
One of the blank ones.
Okay, you grab one of the blank books.
And her normal pack and stuff. Like nothing out of the ordinary except the kitten and the cat food.
Okay. Last words that you hear from Chesh as you jump through this portal. You hear a, hey, you got this, okay?
I'll be back until you.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. I've got 9 lives, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And then that voice just fades. Okay. Jumping through the portal. God, this hurts. I love Chesh so much.
Yeah.
This hurts so bad.
It
hurts my heart. William.
I don't have
as
for this tonight.
As I go through the portal, I'm gonna tap my communicator. 5 to beam down.
What?
You hear the voice of Patrick Stewart engage as you touch your Star Trek communications badge, which is going to leave Texas jumping through, and Kiara, you're the last one through the teleportation circle.
Yep. I'd give Saya a wink and jump through.
I think you would see him shake his head, and he's like, something about those eyes. Just as that orange light burst through this room, and you all managed to jump through and find yourselves in, of all places, Nevada. For any of you that are somewhat familiar with the area of Nevada in the United States, that dry heat and things of that sort, you find yourselves outside of a small, or what used to look like a small guard shack that is in front of a very large, what looks to be governmental complex. As you find yourselves in Lincoln County, Nevada, in front of a sign that says, governmental testing site, no entry permitted. In front of this guard shack. Heroes, before you, like I said, is this sprawling governmental complex. Inside of this guard shack is the remnants of a person, or what you think might have been a person, but they are currently cocooned. You can't see any body inside of this. You just see what looks to be white webbing that has completely been surrounding this what once was a humanoid figure.
Well, at least we know we can get in. I mean, I hate to release them from the cocoon.
We'll be actually looking around what
Ooh, you're coming across real quiet, big guy. Let me see if I can turn up your volume a little bit. Let me try to up your volume. There you go, Turk. Say that one more time.
Turk's going to see if he can find what it was that put the body inside the cocoon.
Oh, okay. Give me a... are you looking for an actual creature? Or are you trying to discern what might have done this?
He would be looking for signs of an actual creature that would have caused this cocooning, not thinking that this person might have done it himself.
Investigation check, then, pal. Turk immediately starts scoping out the area and trying to figure out what is going on.
Before we figure out what is happening here, how about we don't touch anything?
I thought you'd be proud of me. I'm just looking right now. Man, I'm
very excited that you're looking. I wasn't necessarily talking about you not touching things. There are multiples of you here.
She was talking to me.
I was talking to you, yes.
You got any hatching spells? Looks like this guy wants to be a butterfly.
It's a chrysalis. It's.
I don't know. I've never seen any humanoid-sized cocoons of the like, except in sci-fi movies. And, well, we could be inside a sci-fi movie. That would make actual perfect sense. But look, just don't touch anything.
See, the way you were just talking right now, that's how my brain works all the time.
Turk, what did you get?
That was a 13.
Turk, you don't see anything. You don't find any creatures or anything that might have caused this, but in front of you, you do see a very large monitor, okay? In front of that monitor are 13 buttons, with at the very end of the 13 buttons, there is an identical button that is bright red. So the rest of them are numbered 1 through 13, and then a bright red shiny button.
Okay, my hand is slowly creeping forward with the finger outstretched toward.
Okay.
Do I see him reaching for something?
Give me a perception check, Kiara.
Oh boy. 17.
17. Yeah, I think you'd see his finger creeping towards the red button.
Do not!
Just to be clear, I wasn't doing this secretly. This is beyond Turk's control at the moment. There's something about red buttons.
No! What did I just say? Do not touch.
Hey, Turk, I think
press your hand.
We should check out this whole area. You know, the place we're not supposed to go into, but we should go into it anyway, and then we can come back and push buttons if we think they're going to help us.
Is there any documentation in the guard shack?
Sure. Give me an investigation check as you're looking for any sort of documentation.
I'm just trying to see if it notates, like, if there's a certain party supposed to be in this facility, or like that. I'm not necessarily looking for, like, it's a guard shack. It's not going to have details, but, like...
Sure.
If I can push the button, can we see what's inside the chrysalis?
15.
Turk's like, I want to open it. Yeah, you look around and you find memos. The memos are talking about the new camera that's been installed with the clearly marked red button in order to see the prisoner. The prisoner is not to be approached unless you are wearing the proper hazmat suits. The prisoner is not to be given anything, especially metal objects. The prisoner is especially, more so than metal objects, is not, I repeat, is not allowed to be given anything remotely alcoholic. 0.0001% alcohol is too much alcohol to be walking near the prisoner.
I am going to say, under my breath, to myself, who do they have, Magneto? Because that was the first thought that went into my brain.
Yes.
Hold on, I gotta see if she's gonna do the thing. Oh, she's gonna do the thing today. It says that the red button activates the camera to view the prisoner.
Get to push the button.
Is that what it says? That the red button activates the camera to see the prisoner?
It does.
Kiara's going to press the button.
Yes! You pushed it! You pushed the button! You told us not to push the button, but you pushed the button!
My exact words were, let's figure out what's going on first before we touch anything. I have read what this is supposed to do, so I pressed the button.
Got it. Cool.
What do they see again? What do they see, Bo? In a cell that seems to be overtaken with... When you look through the camera, you would... At first you think it's this weird... almost like you're watching like an old VCR, where you think it's it's just like grainy, you think it's the camera. You suddenly realize it's not the camera. There's little faint specks of something wherever this cell is, that are just all over the place. The bars itself are coated in a green algae,
and seem to be. You can see the plant growth is already trying to like reach out, but inside of this very large cell, you see what, Moswald?
So Bo is like 6'2". He's kind of a rusty metal color. He's got a Hawaiian shirt on. He's very he's got the flower Hawaiian shirt on. His arms, I think almost Popeye-esque. Like his biceps are kind of proportional, but you can kind of see ridges where like tankards and drums, like alcohol drums, would sit at. And he's just sitting there like man, of all places, and just like taking his like fists and just he's like, anytime someone wants to let me out, that would be great. I haven't had a drink and like.
Now, is there sound, or do we just have visual?
This is too good not for there to be sound. So I would think that you would hear everything that this robotic man is saying. It's not uncommon for you all to have seen Warforged. The very first bar that you went into when you came to the island for the very first time, that bartender was robotic in nature. Bo, though, is a beefy boy. Like where this guy was like a big guy, looked like he was made for fighting. Bo is a beefy robo boy, and looks like he could handle himself in a scrap. Pun intended.
Is there like a microphone or anything sitting on the desk? You know, something that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kirk's gonna reach his hand out slowly towards the microphone, and looks over at Kiara. And if she doesn't say no, he's gonna press down and say, "Excuse me, C-3PO."
Yeah, you would hear, hey, C-3PO.
No, this is not the name, but yeah. I've never done this sober. I'm sorry.
What's your name?
I'm Bo. Where are you, Mr. Disembodied Voice?
C-3BO?
Without the C3, but you're getting there. You're close. I had a hard time when I wasn't drinking either. It's fine.
So...
Just my conscience?
Kind of, yes. This is your conscience.
Oh, no.
Worst conscience I've ever heard of.
So, why? I
asked that question a lot, too. Like, why am I here? Oh, so I fell? Yeah, that's the one I'm going with. And then I just woke up here. Honestly, not the strangest place I've woken up to, but this place hasn't given me a drink since I've been here. Usually you get somewhere and they offer you some sort of beverage, and here I am.
So have you seen anybody lately?
Yeah, there's like these weird dudes with like orange shirts. So like I know they're like governmental, but that's about it.
You know, speaking of shirts,
yeah,
that's a good looking shirt. I just got to put that out there. I just got to say.
Does
you know what, Conscience? Me and you could talk more. I like this. Usually people are scared to talk about their inner feelings, but my monologue seems to be good.
Turk is going to say surfs up and change his armor to look exactly like Bo's shirt because he just thought that's the needed thing to do.
To murder you.
Okay.
So why are you in the cell?
Like I said, I was one place and then I woke up in another. It's not unnormal for me.
Okay, can you tell me why everybody out here looks like they just ran into Shelob?
I don't get what that means.
But doesn't get what that means. What's so funny is Maz and Indigo Chameleon both cock their head at the same time.
All I know is that like there's two types of people here. Like people in these orange suits, and there's people with like green powder on them, and they look weird. Not saying the orange suit guys don't look weird, but the people that are not wearing orange suits are definitely weird.
How?
Oh God, huh?
Can I push the button for you? Can I push the button for you there, Kiara?
You can push the button, Peg. How drunk were you that you got so drunk you fell into a governmental drunk tank?
Listen, people don't ask those kind of questions.
Hi,
other voice in my head, I guess. Oh man, I don't know. I remember being relatively sober. Maybe that's the problem.
Okay, where were you to begin with? Let's start there.
I was in a bar.
Okay, of all the gin joints in the world, which one were you in?
It was my favorite place. It was a place that, like, every hour on the hour, we'd have a bar fight. It was great. It was heaven for me.
Okay, so not the one we went to, but all right. Is there anything particular about this bar that you can remember that might help us help you?
There was it was run by a very dashing gentleman. My coworker was an orc, and yeah, that's really all I got.
Did you do something fantastic to end up in this bar? Were you celebrating something?
I've done a lot of things fantastic, I think.
Okay.
So
this
like
particular time.
Oh, this particular time? No, I was a good worker. I think I did a good job. Yeah. I think I just did my job. Like I brought like pleasure to people, like serving drinks and casually beating them up every hour on the hour. So like I did my job.
Texas?
Okay.
Can I hold the button for you, Texas, too?
We are, so we can go get you out because you're fun.
Do I have any inclination where I'm at other than inside this tank?
Sure, pal. Give me. This episode was written by Kevin Smith. Normally in D&D we do combat and stuff. This one's just going to be us talking about Star Wars references and things of that sort.
I am throwing as many references in this one as I can.
I'm living for it. Mike, what was your question before?
Can I just take the chance to like look around while they're doing this?
Yeah, pal. What are you looking for?
Just making sure nothing's like slowly creeping up on us.
Perception check, please, William.
Okay.
As you start scanning out in the distance.
Okay, yeah, 20. Yeah, 23.
There's a couple of different entrances that you look to see. The first major entrance that you see looks like there's a small path with a place to park several cars past this guard shack. And you see what Bo described as two guys wearing weird orange shirts is actually two guys wearing hazmat suits. You see two individuals, and his orange shirts that he was talking about are actually like the full-on, think E.T., like 1950s, like atomic, like suits. And there are two of them not too far away that each of them are holding rifles of some sort. But they're standing in front of a door. They don't seem to be moving. They don't even seem to be keeping an eye on you all that well. They seem to be looking straight ahead. Bo, give me an intelligence check, my dude, as you are trying to see if you've gleaned any information.
Oh yeah, my specialty. 9.
You haven't gleaned
0.
much. You know that when all hell broke loose, when people started to walk around funny with the green kind of coat over their skin, you know that they started talking about the Delta sector. We got to close up Delta.
Okay, something about Delta sector. I don't know what that means.
Are there any maps on the walls?
Are there what? Are there maps?
Are there any maps on the walls in the guard booth? Because I would think that the guard booth would have maps.
Yeah, you would think that, wouldn't you?
Or at least like an evacuation map.
Actually, yeah, you do find a map on the wall.
You do find several maps. One major map in particular that seems to have points of interest, like taken, and you could take that map off the wall if you wanted to.
Okay. Is there anything that says Delta Sector or Sector D or anything like
Yes,
that?
you realize that there are letters spread around the different parts of the facility. There aren't a lot. It looks like it stops at F, but you get A, B, C, D, E, F. And so when he says Delta, you would very easily find the Delta sector.
All right. The sector as we think. Oh, by the way, just out of curiosity, when you say you were from a bar, I mean, was it from a local bar? Like, are you from around here or are you from somewhere else?
Quite frankly, third voice in my head, I don't know where I am, so I can't even give you that,
Not where you are, but where you were from.
Yeah.
Oh, I was from a place called Never. Well, I was from a place called Eberron, and then Wonder, and then Never. I've been around.
She says, "Wonder, I'm from there." So that third voice in your head.
Oh, what's happened? Is things still good? Is Jack still like an ice cube?
Jack.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm supposed to know everybody from Wonder just because I'm from there? Is that how that works?
It's a big thing. Anyway, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. I'm sure you're gonna be around for a while. I've
we're
developed
gonna
new
come
voices
rescue
apparently.
you now.
Oh. Well, great. Can you bring a drink?
I've got some really strong coffee on me.
I'll make two.
Okay.
It's too good not to do. Kiara, you realize that when you jumped through the portal, you were still holding on to the bottle of wine that Sai gave you.
What kind of drink is it you're looking for?
Is it alcoholic?
Depends on what you consider alcohol.
Anything that has it inside will work. 1%, 0.5%, the stronger the better, but I'll make do with whatever. Anything to kill the sobriety. Sure. I haven't had a nice mimosa in a while, I guess.
It's probably a red, but sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm getting a drink, and I've got 4 voices in my head. This is great.
In 1,000 years, I could not have told you that this is how the group meeting Bo would go. Nope. I'm good at planning.
1,000 monkeys type it on a typewriter.
What happened last episode?
They talked about cab salves for like 45 minutes.
So,
Absolutely.
Bo? Can you hear me, Bo?
Yes. The one who complimented my shirt. So I've got
Yes.
coffee voice, I've got shirt voice. I haven't think of a name for the third one yet.
What about
Stay
the
where you are.
next
Don't move. We'll come to you.
And he just sits. He goes, well, okay.
Turk, I need you to say, "My name is Turk. I'm here to rescue you."
That's once
My
the door
name is
opens.
Kirk. I'm here to rescue you.
Great.
We'll see.
And then I shoot the microphone.
That was boring
Slightly-
conversation anyway.
It was a
Things
boring
are good here.
conversation.
Everything's great. How are you? How are you doing?
We're fine here. Great. So, Texas, you have a map of the facility that I'm going to say when you're using to navigate, you're going to make at advantage because you have this map that you pulled from the wall. There is the cocoon man in front of you. You have ransacked this guard. There is nothing left to find. You find 25 cents in a tucked away corner of this
Please leave the
small
guard
guard
shack.
shack.
We won.
Yeah.
Please. Okay, I am beelining like fast as I can. Hopefully, other people are going to be looking out for people around us because I'm probably not paying much attention and thinking
Okay,
more
first
about
off,
just
there's
the
2
map.
guards in hazmat suits right out of front of us.
Oh, were there?
Towards
I
towards
think
the
I may have
building.
missed that part.
So let's just not just run. Let's just not run at them. I mean,
Nope.
that's kind of a thing.
Play,
Okay.
do it for the vine. Texas goes running
Wow.
forward. Texas goes running forward, and you see these two these two guys in hazmat suits hop to attention, and you hear a halt. Who goes there?
Oh, I'm supposed to be here.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
How long before we catch up?
You guys can catch up whenever you would like. Texas
Okay.
seems to be having a conversation with these two men in hazmat uniforms. Texas, all right?
Yeah, I don't have time for this. I am supposed to be making my way to the Delta sector at this moment.
Aren't you a little short for a soldier?
Excuse me?
No, I waited on it too long.
I'll walk up to them and hand them my Merlin's paper.
Okay. You see
she's with me.
You see one of them read the paper, and then all of a sudden his eyes, you can see through that little plastic screen, his eyes go real wide. And he goes, "Sir, I apologize." And he looks over at Texas and realizes he's not going to be able to make eye contact, so he kneels down. And he goes, "Ma'am, I am deeply apologetic, and we are so sorry."
You should be. Actually, we could use an escort to the Delta sector right now.
Ma'am, we are not allowed into the facility, even with those orders. We've been given.
Fine. As close as you can, then, and we will take it from there.
Son, who's in charge here?
Sir, with that piece of paper, you are.
Who's your commanding officer?
He's not around, sir. Most of the individuals inside, we haven't made contact with them for at least a day.
What was the last chain of command?
Last chain of command was... hang on, I want to make sure I get this right. The last chain of command was Lieutenant Commander Red, sir.
And where is he? Or where was he?
They both turn and look inside the double doors leading into the facility. There's a possibility he got a suit on before the biological weapon from the spaceman, but...
Where are the rest of the suits?
They're scattered around the facility, sir. There are none close by.
Then we're going to need your suit, son.
Yes, sir. The two of them stripped down. They're wearing uniforms underneath the suits, but they look all too happy and obliged to get out of this dry heat wearing the orange hazmat suits, and they will hand them over to you. You guys have 2 orange hazmat suits.
Who wants one?
I won't fit me.
Kiara would have been tall, but not her 7-foot self, I would assume, because 7 foot would be outlandish in the 1950s.
Sure, yeah. I will say you're tall, but you're not 7 foot tall. You're not anybody want to be not. No, but you're like 6 like.
Right. And she would be, assuming she came through, she liked Marvel, so she would be trying to emulate like a Peggy Carter kind of look.
Absolutely.
That's what she would be looking like right now.
Smart business suit. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take one.
Anyone else?
Sir, don't you think you should have the other?
You're part of my team. I want to take care of you guys.
Oh, dude. You look all in chargey and stuff.
That's generally how this works.
The 2 of them kind of look over at Texas, the 2 soldiers, as she says the words "in chargey."
You got a problem with how I talk?
No.
We recruit young. She's very talented and skilled. That's why she's here.
No, ma'am. Sir, you would look very in chargey wearing this suit.
I don't expect that from
At
you
ease,
two.
gentlemen.
I've worked with her for a while.
Aye, sir. Can we go?
Relinquish your rifles and head to the guard booth.
Yep. Great. They put both rifles down on the ground and immediately head over to the guard booth. You think off in the distance you hear "holy sh!" As they make it to the guard booth and see a body encompassed in
the white fiber, but they follow orders and stand outside of the guard booth, giving the body plenty of space.
All right, Turk, you take the guns.
Okay. What do I do with them?
I'll take one. If he doesn't go fast enough, I'm taking one.
Okay, whoever, whatever you got.
Texas, it's almost as tall as you, and I just want that image to be in everyone's
Yes,
head.
no, absolutely ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, sir, what is it we're here to do?
Hey, listen, I just had the idea of getting in. I don't know what we're here to do any more than you do. Don't give me that.
Biological
It was fun doing it, though. That was
contaminants
fun.
into
What?
Spaceman?
Well, what? And?
Okay. I just point out.
Oh, we'll get more story when we're in there. He seemed pretty
And there's
harmless.
like 5 of us.
Well, he said other suits were inside. What do you want me to? I got 2. It's not like I can make them magically appear.
So, do we wait out here till somebody brings us more suits, or do we just go inside?
Nah, let's just go inside.
Okay.
Do we want
Okay,
to know why they're wearing
when
the
you asked me
suit?
to roll on that map, I rolled it at advantage. The other dice showed up as a 20.
Perfect. You realize that you were somewhat close to the Delta Quadrant. Because I like Star Trek, we're going to call it the Delta Quadrant from now on.
Perfect.
The Alpha Quadrant leads into a 3-pronged corridor that leads into the Beta Charlie Delta Quadrant. And it's sort of like A leads into this big space and sort of splits off in 3 different directions. And that if Bo is in the Delta Quadrant, it's not too far away from where you are right now, but navigating some of the different tunnels and things of this sort, this facility is actually oddly built, Texas, with a 20... it's made to look like it's on the ground level and that everything's on the up and up, but you realize that there's an intricate set of tunnels leading down. That once you get past like the sort of surface level, that like down is these areas that they've built into test whatever they want to test here at this particular facility.
All right. Do I see any like ways to get down into the lower parts?
You would, but not here at the Alpha Quadrant.
Okay.
Like you
Oh,
have
got
to
it.
open the doors and actually go into the facility.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and lead the way.
Okay, who's wearing a suit?
Me.
Okay, Kiara and Kiara. Got it. Texas opens the door. The 2 double doors leading inside. The first thing you are hit with is the scent of greenery. There is a faint pollen in the air, and you realize that those little flecks that you saw was actually like pollen of a sort. It's in the air. The smell of greenery. It smells like freshly cut grass, or the grass outside when it rains. And you realize that the sprinkler system is on right now, but it's been dulled to a light mist or modified to constantly put out just a tiny bit of water, almost as if you're walking through one of those queues at a theme park that's just kind of lightly spraying at all times. The smell, I can't describe this enough. The sights and smells before you see these flowing green vines that seem to be going alongside the walls that are just growing. You see strange plants and things of that sort, movement that's right off in the distance as there are lights on, but everything has taken on a bit of a orange tint as you see these flowers have actually grown on top of, encompassing any light fixture in the facility. Like the bulb of the plant has engulfed the lighting fixture alongside the wall. Fluorescent bulbs, lamps, and things of that sort. Flowers have grown alongside of them so that occasionally the flowers can open, letting out some light, and close, shutting off the light. Okay? This is what you were greeted to.
Just to be clear, does this look like this was what the facility was intended to be? Was like more of a greenhouse type facility? Or does it look like something took over like within the past short amount of time.
I'm not
and
sure
this
what.
was not that beforehand.
Tell you what, nature or insight.
Okay. That's gonna be an insight. Tell you something above 11.
It's hard to tell. It doesn't seem functional to you, like to create a greenhouse facility like this. And sure enough, that is probably like your suspicions are founded when you see bits of broken furniture alongside the hallway and things of that sort. Like whatever happened here at this facility, it was never in Feywild Area 51 for the win. Whatever happened here, it happened very quickly.
What happens if I hit one of the little vines with the ray of frost?
Yeah, William will step inside. As he hits one of the vines with a ray of frost, the vine would ice over and die. Like very quickly. The ice is too much for it to handle. You would notice that the air gets a little thick with the pollen in the area. It seems to increase a little bit as the plant is destroyed. But for the most part, the vine withers up and dies.
Okay. So destroying any bits or disturbing any part of the plants releases pollen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll relay
Say
that.
we move through this as quickly as possible.
We want to. Does anybody have like any handkerchiefs or things we could tie around our faces, maybe?
Oh, to not breathe in the pollen. That's smart. I mean, I could probably. I mean, we've all got clothing. I could probably tear a strip of clothing. A lot of us could probably do that, right?
Okay. You're going to tear strips of clothing off and just do some sort of functioning, like, breather.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody's doing that?
I am. Somebody wants to loan him some clothing since he doesn't.
Well, there was two suits. I'm in one. There was another suit. Who's in the other suit?
William didn't put it on?
William didn't put it on.
Okay. I mean, I can put it on if nobody else wants to put it on.
Yep. Okay.
I'll put it on.
Okay.
So 3 of you would need masks of some kind.
It's not hard, Texas, to tear up some strips of cloth and basically do a mask. It's not providing a ton of protection, like from the pollen.
Well, it's only a 1-layer mask. I know
only
about these things.
You need a 2-layer mask. Yeah, exactly. And I love that you all have been magically transported to a fantasy world outside of reality, not forced to deal with the mundane pleasures of life as we know it. And I've given you an episode where you wear a mask. So.
I'm gonna make 2 very small kitten-sized masks as well.
Okay. The Turk's kitten is inherently magical, so it doesn't seem affected by whatever is going on. And your kitten is pretty magical in a way as well, so it doesn't seem.
You're gonna tell me no to something so
nope.
adorable?
You make 2 kitten masks, and they are great. They last for 1.5 seconds before the kittens rip them off their face.
These plants, do they look like normal plants, or are they looking
Nature check.
like? Okay, I was gonna say like we were in the Feywild. Like, is this what this is looking like?
Benevolent and kind and generous DM.
17.
Hang on, William. Hang on, Mike.
Okay.
17. Some of the plants look very normal. They look very planty. However, with the 17, some of the flowers and the various other stuff that you see is definitely not from around here. You're not even recognizing it from the Feywild. Like, some of this stuff, like, some of the harder roots seem to be pulsating on the ground. Like, there's a heat that is coming from there. They almost look like veins.
As a person who's rather in tune with nature, this is kind of concerning.
William, what is it you wanted to do? Kind and benevolent?
Yes. So, using Gust, could I create a barrier for these people that don't have mass, like pushing the? I mean, is
every 6 seconds If you want to cast Gust, you will mitigate the breathing in of the pollen.
Okay.
You may not cast
just if we have to.
anything else, but if you want to, I will let you leaf blower your way through this hallway.
Right.
It's just him going.
Making the
Always
vibrating
knew
sounds
you
with
were
my
full
lips.
of hot air, William.
Yeah, I know it. It's coming from somewhere. If I'm walking backwards.
So we're in a hallway. Are there doorways, hallways off of this hallway? Like, what are we looking at?
You're looking at a very long hallway that Texas will tell you will end up at a big, sort of like a desk that almost sends people off to where they're supposed to be. Alongside this hallway are little alcoves that look to be simply waiting rooms. Whenever anybody would come in, they would wait in one of these waiting rooms. You see vending machines, some of them tipped over. You see some cigarette machines alongside the vending machines. But this ends at a very large desk that splits off into Beta, Charlie, Delta.
Oh, go ahead.
On the map, is there anywhere like noted like emergency supplies or like fire exits somewhere that would have like a small section that might be dedicated to biological contaminant supplies? You know, like like that we might find
Random supply kits sitting on the floor.
The slightly glow green.
Our focus is hazmat suits. Like right now, that's my focus. It's hazmat suits, then find this person. So I'm just looking for something on the map that might notate like an emergency room or something like that.
You do. You find a closet. You would see on the map that there's a closet at the end of the hallway. I'll say this, spoilers, Kiara, as you go forward and open it up, somebody has ransacked the suits that were in this particular closet. The ones closest to the exit.
That's fair. Are there any other supplies in there?
Kiara's the only one walking in, or is everybody walking in?
Well, I'm blowing the way for
hang on.
everybody.
William,
I just want to know if this is linear. If this is we have to walk through A and B and C to get to D, or if this is more of there's a central hub and then we can walk straight into D.
A is this long waiting room corridor of vending machines, and it dead ends in a central meeting circle that goes C, D, E.
Perfect. Okay.
Or B, C,
Okay.
B, C, D. So you don't have to go through B to get to C to get to D.
Right.
Once you get to the hub, you can branch off to the left, down the center path, or to the right to get to one of these particular areas.
Perfect. Then I'll go with her to get any supplies that we need, and then I want to move on towards D as quickly as possible.
I need to start a timer on my phone.
Okay.
He's not going to be hanging back. So.
He's going in too. Got it. Kiara, give me an investigation check as you start looking in the closet.
Investigation is a +0, so it's a 14.
14. You find a couple of flashlights. I'll say that those might come in handy. You find a couple of flashlights, and you would find a what looks to be a service revolver.
All right, I will take the 2 flashlights. I'll hold on to one, and I'll give the other to Turk.
Okay.
Since he's our ranger with the
Already
eyes.
carrying a longbow. He's got 2 revolvers.
Well, if you do, all right, then I'll give it to Texas.
Texas got a flashlight.
I got a flashlight.
Don't
I've also
shine
got
it in your eye.
big old gun that I may look for a replacement for, since that's probably going to be a little tricky to maneuver
Trade.
with. Yes.
Service revolver.
Yeah.
Got it.
You got a little revolver.
Yeah.
All right.
That worked out really well the last time I had one, so.
Yeah, it did. All right.
Okay.
So we're going into Delta Sector.
With a little bit of time, you make your way over to that central hub, and it does not take long at all before you get to the Delta Quadrant, and you would hear the drrr, drrr, which you would recognize as Bo taking his hand and just running it alongside of this area. You would see, if anybody has ever played Bioshock Infinite, you would see large signs 50 feet away from the prisoner. Now you are 30 feet away from the prisoner. Now you are 20 feet away from the prisoner. Now you are, and all of them counting down to warning. You are getting closer and closer to an extraterrestrial, not of this world.
Interplanet heat jet from a different. Okay, I can see that.
Cass has a very strong urge to steal one of the signs.
You very easily grab a sign, and it's a little one, but you take it as a fun souvenir for another time.
Thanks.
Structure of this, like, can we see him? Is it like bars? Is it like a glass front room?
You turn a corner, and sure enough, you see some pretty heavy duty bars, like metal bars that are coated in this green sludge. It almost looks like algae. But sure enough, you see Bo, and Bo, the screen did not do Bo justice. He is a big metal man. But he is currently trapped behind those bars. But you would see a very small halfling who's wearing a cowboy hat turn the corner, Bo.
Hi, we're here to rescue you, but you're not going to kill us if we let you out, right?
No. I haven't.
No with the question mark on it, and so now I'm a little hesitant.
Well, to be fair, you're the one with the firearm in your hand, so, like, how do I know if I don't come out, you're gonna shoot me?
You should shoot holes in roofs with these.
Because we have the wine.
I like that one. You know what? That's fine. I will keep my hands, I would say, in my pockets, but I don't have those, so.
That is a good looking shirt, though. Hey!
The only way you're not going to kill us is if you keep your hands in your pockets. This is not raising my level of confidence.
It's a turn of phrase. Texas is just.
Okay, Turk is letting them talk, but is there a way to open this gate, these bars?
Pal, you do see a door, but it's locked pretty firmly. From what you can see, like this, they were not messing around. These people were obviously very afraid of who Bo was or what Bo is, and so these bars look pretty solid. There looks like there's a one particular part of the gate that you can open with a key, but you don't see any sort of key around the area. But
would lockpicks work?
They could.
Well, Turk is going to let the women talk. And he's going to actually see if he can pick this lock.
Well then, Turk, give me a lock-picking check.
While he's doing that, how far is this? I'm assuming that these bars are coated in green stuff because you don't want to touch the green stuff. So how far apart are these bars without touching the green stuff? How small would something have to be to get through? Like, could a hand get through?
Yes, absolutely. You might be able to slip through. Like if you want to, but nobody else would be able to slip through this. Bo, definitely not.
Oh.
All right, so while he's picking that lock...
You're going to go to the other side?
While he's picking that lock, I'm not going to go to the other... Actually, you think I could slip through without touching the green stuff?
You could certainly
Big
try.
enough for that? No, I'm going to do the other plan. It's going to be even better. So while hopefully he's super distracted with picking the lock, and I'm going to be like, oh, come here.
Yeah, what's up?
And, so what I'm gonna grab him, and I'm gonna say, brace yourself, this won't last long. And I want to polymorph him into a little mouse, but I'm holding on to him so that I can pull him through the bars and just wait till, and I want to drop the polymorph if that works. I don't know if it does, but if it does, then I'd like to walk up behind Turk and say, hey.
Can I just say I get one nat 20 a year?
All right. So
you kind of brought it on yourself.
Can it at least be like a little mechanical mouse?
Turk.
Yes.
Turk
well,
just.
If my polymorph lets me do that.
Here's the deal. Wolf Garin.
It looks like this.
It looks like that. It looks like a little computer mouse. And it's got a little like cord coming out of it. Turk, Wolfgarin just multi-classed into Rogue. And knowing this, in this adventure, I put one locked door because he just picked up lock-picking tools. And for the very first time, Turk was going to use the words, I pick the lock. Because he'd
But
never...
see, he also used the words while the women talk.
That was his
first
downfall. That was the downfall right there. That was
Yeah, no, I was definitely looking at locate object myself just to
Yeah,
do the same
I want to
thing.
know why she burnt a 5th level spell, though.
For very good reason.
Regardless, Turk, the door swings open with all the majesty that you can muster as a rogue, and you turn back to look at the group as if to say, Mom and Dad, I did it, as Texas holds a tiny robotic mouse in her hand. And everyone is sort of looking at you, and Bo is nowhere to be found.
Good job, Turk. We're going to have a word about word management.
Turk steps into the cell and closes it behind him. Just sits on a bench.
The door locks.
Can I try lockpicking? I want to try lockpicking.
You got yourself into this
Pick the
mess.
lock.
You can get yourself out.
Kiara, take your headphones off for a second. Bo, take your headphones off for a second. William, take your headphones off for a second. Texas, Cass, and Turk, you are treated to an image as you see Bo changed into a mouse of a giant lion, and there's a lion sort of crying off in the, it's almost like a shared hallucination or a shared dream, and this little tiny mouse running up to the lion and plucking the thorn from the lion's paw. Just like taking it out, and then the lion just sort of holding the mouse up almost in a cartoon way. And then as quickly as it hits you, it's gone. Mike, you're good to go, and Bo, you're good to go.
Huh.
Did you do that?
Huh?
At Bo.
What?
Huh?
You saw that, right? Did you do that?
Wait, you didn't?
Okay, was it a cartoon or real life?
Real life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I out of mouse
Out of mouse
form now?
form, right? I would have dropped polymorph.
Yeah,
Cool.
as you drop polymorph. So, Bo, welcome to the group.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh god.
Unfortunately, the fun guy that you really like that has your shirt, he's locked in the cell behind you.
Oh man.
He kind of you don't know how it happened, but you kind of switched places with him.
Oh man. Like that sucks. Like.
Oh well, let's go.
No, he's got a cool
I'm
shirt.
kidding.
I'm like obliged to it now. Like. How dense are the barbs?
Pretty dense, but man,
Not very smart.
they're not very smart, and they're pretty dense. But you, unfortunately, you don't have the spark that gives Bo energy. You just feel drained, man.
Like, where's that wine? You guys said you had like. You guys had something. You guys had like drink. Where's voice number 3?
She's talking about the wine.
That's the one.
And what happens if we give it to you?
Oh, I get what makes me back. Like, I hit really hard and stuff along those lines. But it's not gonna be for you guys. Like,
yeah. That doesn't sound okay. That's not like advantageous for you. Just like start punching things.
Oh no. Like, I punch things really well. Like.
Yeah. We're things, and we don't like being
No,
punched.
you guys got me out. Like, I'm like the whole like indebted thing. Like, I'm not gonna do anything to you guys. But like the guys that put me here, I can't say the same thing. Did you guys put me here?
No.
No.
We're good.
But
we're
this
good.
isn't us like aligning with a super villain that will then and then we're the bad guys. And,
You forgot the whole monologue earlier when I said I worked somewhere. Like, if I was a villain, I wouldn't be working somewhere, right?
Yeah, but isn't that what you would do to make?
I mean, the economy.
You don't do what you love? And I loved drinking and having bar fights.
That sounds like a supervillain.
Sounds like a college kid.
Do you seriously think super
Sounds
villains don't have
that's
jobs?
the one. Huh?
What?
My favorite thing in the whole world is with some of the dubious choices this group has made. Even Texas, she's like, "How do we know you're not a supervillain?" And he's like, "I like to get drunk and punch things." She's like, "Well, me too, but how do we know you're not bad?" He's describing all the things that Texas likes to do.
I'm just, hey man, like, I don't have any of those weird, like, magic things. I have one purpose, and that's to drink fine things and hit things really hard.
All right, I'm gonna look at Turk. Hey, Turk, come on out of there.
Okay. I'm gonna try to pick the lock.
Give me a lockpicking check at disadvantage because you're on the other side of the lock.
The all sparkling champagne. The all sparkling champagne.
The first one was a 24. The second one was a 16.
That's exactly what you needed. And nobody cast anything to negate it. Nobody does anything. You pick the lock, and it swings open in front of
You did it, man. You didn't even need our help. I wish I could have done that. I would have been out here like an hour ago. Or like however long I've been here. I don't know.
How long have you been in there?
Weeks.
Hey, Tiara, can I have a drink of that real quick? I got a headache.
You got to take your hat off first.
That's true. I take my hat off and ask for a drink.
It's only polite.
Kiara, you hand the bottle of wine to Turk?
I
just want Bo to put this hat on.
I'm going to grab inside my pack, because at this point it's mandatory that I have this, and hand him a bottle of ibuprofen.
Hashtag mom druid. Okay.
I have to with this group, and my wineskin so that it has water in it, so that he can take the ibuprofen.
Okay. You see Bo hungrily eyeing that bottle of wine. He almost looks like a sad, robotic puppy that's very large.
I would give you a drink, Turk, but we did promise this to the metal man from outer space.
Well, I was going to share it with him, kind of.
The ibuprofen will be better for your head.
The best way to stop a headache is just don't stop. If you don't stop, you don't get hungover. Come on, you gotta go over here, man.
Bo. Drinking advice from Bo. Just drink yourself sober.
It's fine. Eventually, you hit a reset point. Either that or just never mind.
Or you wake up in the Temple of the Celestial Deer covered in pastry.
Don't have to worry about that.
For the ER?
You know.
There could be worse place to wake up or better, depending on how you look at it.
This isn't the worst place.
Well, Texas would know about that.
Bo takes the wine. It is great.
Look at her face! Look at her face!
I will give Bo the wine.
Yeah.
Pinky out, we're polite, and just downs it. And then, like, he gets like halfway, and the rest go into bicep.
You would actually hear Bo in his head would hear as it's whatever servos and gears are inside Bo begin to spark and come to life. The alcohol kicking off. Whatever dormant processes had been there as Bo grows in size. Some of those like metal platings bulge out a little bit, and you see the dull light that's been behind Bo's eyes suddenly flicker into a brilliant shining light.
That was really good.
We visibly see the muscles bulge up.
Yes.
Castle,
This
if there's
was-
anything left in the bottom of that bottle, because she's now interested in seeing if it'll do the same thing for her.
Okay. You take a tiny sip of whatever little bit of wine is in the bottle.
The bottom drop, yeah.
No, you get a little bit of that, like the bottom of the wine. That's just these little the little dregs and stuff like that. It's uncomfortable. The tannins. Yeah. Yeah.
Me too. I've been like that for like however long I've been here.
Popeye, this is not the spinach you were looking for.
I don't get that reference.
It's all right. Somebody did. It's all right, Bo.
So, thank you. I
You're
needed this.
welcome. Now, so here's a question for you. You landed here,
Mm-hmm.
and something that was with you on whatever vessel you landed on is creating this pollen mess.
Mm-mm. I had nothing. I just fell.
From
45 feet up. 40 feet up.
Another burst. I need wisdom saving throws, higher DC for everybody here, all of my casters. So everybody but Bo is going to give me a wisdom saving throw, since he is the only non-caster.
Yeah.
19.
Wisdom save was crap.
19 makes
25.
it. 25 makes it. Texas
23.
doesn't make it. Cass,
23.
23. Turk,
18.
18. Okay, so here's what happens. Turk, with you make it, but it's barely by the skin of your teeth. You manage to push this away. Texas, I need a D6 from you.
Oh.
Rough.
Oh, that was a 1.
Okay. You only lose one spell slot. This time, when that flash hits, that weird sinking feeling in the bottom of your stomach, William, Kiara, Cass, Turk, you're almost prepared for it, so you manage to push it away. Bo, you see all of them react pretty strongly. Texas, you get hit with it, and you just kind of crumble a little bit, like crumple forward, and you feel the magic being taken away from you. However, the words that reverberate in your skull hard, like almost as if somebody's screaming them at you, are the weirdest words to hear screamed at your head as the magic is ripped from your very body. You hear the words, "Once upon a time." You hear "once upon a time," and as that is said, the magic is ripped out of you.
Was that voice that you just used purposeful, and would she know? She wouldn't know that accent even if crap. Okay. Did you guys hear that? Once upon a time?
This is not the SpongeBob movie.
I don't know what
No
that
one got that
is.
reference.
That's okay.
That one
Somebody
was for
got
me.
it.
That was for me.
That was for you.
Yeah.
I just heard once upon a time when my magic went away. It was just
All
like
your magic
before.
went away?
But, well, some of it, it just felt wrong, and I feel weaker. And before, nothing happened, but this time something did. But then it affected other people before, and
We have to get to the bottom of this. Could we tell where it was coming from, or is it just like all encompassing?
It was another like big burst, but it's seeming to you're closer to it. William, stop making faces at the TV.
Crap, people, crap. Sorry, go ahead.
It just says once upon a time.
Sorry, I'm just putting things together. Yeah.
Would that have sparked any thought of this whole Aesop's fable that went through my head earlier?
The what?
Aesop's fable, where the mouse took the
story
thorn out of the lion.
The story of the mouse and the lion? Yeah. No. Once Upon a Time resonates with it because they're both kind of stories, pretty popular stories. But
it's not something. It's not something that would tell me that the story popped into my head at a weird time, and now she's got voices in her head.
Texas and Bo, give me a religion check.
Oh.
I mean, oh god.
19.
Okay.
10.
Bo, you have no idea. Texas, you know, it's been a while, but Cheshire wasn't the only god tooling it around Wonder. There was another one. There's quite a few, actually. But the one that's sticking out in your head is the god of stories, the Green Plant Man, that for a time traveled and was a patron god to those that wanted to tell stories, change the world through the arts and things of that sort. And suddenly you realize that something is very, very wrong, because this facility is overrun with plant life, and you don't know what happened, but something deeply wrong has happened here at this facility. The minute you have that thought, the room is swarmed. From out of nowhere, you would see from the door leading into this space, you would see at least, let's say, oh yeah, you would find 8 guards who come running into this space. These men, you can see, are covered in the green pollen before them. The only thing that is different is their eyes have rolled into the back of their head, and you can see the bottom whites of their eyes that are somewhat red. On the back of their neck, you see a giant mushroom that is growing up from the base of the neck, like the base of the spine, the top of the spine, and kind of like growing up and over and almost covering the head. As these men come running into the space, see you all, and open fire. So I need to make 8 attack rolls, and then we are going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Does anybody need to get close? Just me? Oh, man.
Okay. Here's what happens. First shot misses against William. Okay? The second shot against Kiara is also going to go wide. The third one with Texas is going to be an 18 to hit. Does that hit? Okay? Anybody doing anything? No?
Close the gap, like...
Texas, 12 points of damage as a bullet rips into your shoulder. Poof, and you are blasted backward. And you see some of the pollen in the room start to immediately zoom in the air towards that wound. Wherever Texas was shot, the pollen seems like it's attracted to that particular area. It just goes, like, almost as like it's collecting there. Okay? Shot against Cass is going to go a little bit wide with a 12. No? Okay. Bo, you're going to get hit with a 20 to hit. Does that hit?
Yeah, that hits, just barely.
Okay. The bullet's not going to do as much damage. You're not going to bleed, but you still take 9 points of damage as it kind of gets lodged into one of those joints that you have. The pollen is not attracted to you, however. Okay? Turk, that was a 14 to hit your AC. I rolled poopy. William, back around. Yeah. William, back around to the top. That is a 19 to hit AC.
Yes, but I will use my reaction and shield.
Okay. Sending the bullet off flying. And Kiara, that is a 19 to hit your AC. Yes? Okay. Kiara, that's not bad. 8 points of damage as the bullet rips into you, and that pollen begins to fly over closer towards the wound. Texas, the next shot is going to miss. These individuals look not present at all. Something is very deeply wrong with these individuals. I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative if you haven't rolled initiative already. All right. Let me roll for these guys. That's not bad. Okay. I need a 35 to 40. 30 to 35. Okay.
33.
33 for William.
25 to 30. 20 to 25. Okay.
21.
21.
I have a +1 to initiative.
Hey, you rolled a nat 20. Kiara.
Yeah.
Okay. 20 to 15.
17.
19.
Bo.
I thought my 19 was good. Yeah, people in the 30s.
I know. I
Nice.
thought my 17 was really good.
Texas.
I have a +15 to my initiative.
Holy.
Yeah.
Is
So in other words, he just
ridiculous.
needs to start going, all right, William, what's yours?
Yeah.
Okay, now everybody else,
That's
20
yeah.
to 25.
I don't want to give him the satisfaction. 15 to 10. 10. Yeah, Turk.
12.
12. And last but certainly not least in our hearts, Cass.
8.
Hey, cool. William, you are up first as the Green Army men go running into the room.
Describe the room.
The room has a big. The only major thing in this room is a set of prison bars that stretch across the entirety of the room that cut the room in half. There's about 15 feet of space before you hit the prison bars, and another 30 feet once you were to go past it. Right now, everybody is on the other side of the prison bars, which is a 15 feet to the door. The room stretches 30 feet across and 15 feet deep. Right now, these men have all rushed into the room and in a very militarized fashion have taken the guns that they have and begin firing at random subjects in the room.
Gotcha. How many did you say there were?
There are 8 of them total.
Total. Got it. Okay, I'm going to use Pulse Wave.
Okay.
And they need to do con saves.
Right. All of them?
Yep.
Okay. Just going to do a collective to save us time. That is a nat 20. So
Okay.
I'm not going to do collective to deprive you of that.
Yeah.
2, failure, nat 20, I'm rolling hot. Half of them succeed, the other half do not.
All right, so let's see here. The ones that fail take 22 points of damage.
Okay.
The ones that succeed
What?
take 11.
I'm going to
Sorry,
need
what?
everybody here to get hyper specific for me. What sort of damage is this?
Okay, it is force damage.
Force damage. Okay, half of them
Force.
take 22 points, the other half take 11?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
And the ones that took the damage, let's see. Oh, and every creature. Okay, so all the creatures that failed get pushed back 15 feet.
That would smash them up against the wall.
Well, the door that they came through.
It's not going to shove them out of the door, but I'll send them.
Okay.
I'll send them against it, the back
Okay.
wall.
And then I will use. Okay, so that's the spell. Gotta use a slot here. And then I'm going to use my here. The quick fire spell gun.
Okay.
And fire a fireball at them.
Okay.
Behind them, pass through the door.
No.
hits-
No. Oh, you can certainly try, pal. This is you are shooting a pistol through a group of 8 men that are lined up alongside the door. This is going to be high risk, high reward. If you make the shot, like the 30-foot cone, I'm being kind with because it should have caught everybody in the room. Like it should have caught like a few of them, or all of you. But I'm letting you catch all of them. If you're gonna have to give me a shot here, and if you miss this, everybody in the room is getting hit with a fireball.
Okay. So is this a disadvantage or?
Give me God, give me an attack. Add your dex to this. Are you proficient with firearms? No. So give me an attack roll and add your dex. D20 plus dex.
Okay.
I'll set the DC at 18.
Okay, so That's 15 on the die plus 15 dex, so 20 total.
Plus how much dex? 5 dex.
5
Not
dex,
not
so 20
15
total.
dex. Okay. Yeah.
No, so 20 total.
Okay, you will catch the first 2 guys in this cone because you're going to fire the fireball out the door, and it's going to catch the 2 guys that are within the door, but it's not going to catch all of them. The wall behind it is going to take the majority of the damage here. We have to play with physics here. Like, it's going to cause a fire, but I can't have you shoot a fireball that's going to magically come through a door and absorb these guys, okay?
Then I will not do that. That seems like a waste.
Okay.
I will just end my turn with having cast that ability.
Got it. Force damage pushed away from you. That is your action, and you're holding on to your bonus action. Okay. With the 22, it's the army men's turn. A lot of them are going to... I don't want to rinse and repeat, but I think I'm just going to rinse and repeat. They've got those pistols up, and they are going to start taking shots. We'll say for William, 16 to hit.
No.
Kiara, 14 to hit.
Nope.
Texas, nat 1. Nat 20 for Cass. That's going to hit.
Yeah, nat 20 hits, of course.
14 points of damage, Cass.
Owie.
Owies. Bo, 17 to hit.
No, can I deflect missiles?
You can catch a bullet. You can catch a wrench. You can catch a ball. Yeah.
Cool, yeah. Put a key point, just like...
Yeah. Let me roll some damage and see if you can mitigate that damage.
Yeah. It's a D10 plus 12, whatever it is. So if it's less than 17 points of damage, I catch it.
It is less than that. You take it. You're going to use a key point to throw it back.
Yep.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
That's a hard 20.
Hard 20
13
hits.
plus
Roll damage.
7. 4 points. Just
4 points. Okay. Yeah. 4 points of damage to that guy. He's looking a little rough. Number 4.
Cool.
That was Bo. Turk. There we go. 24 to hit, Turk.
Yes!
4 points of damage, Turk. Okay. With that 4 points of damage, let's cut back around to Cass. Cass is a 16 to hit.
Meets, so yes.
Meets. So that's going to hit. It's 4 points of damage, Cass. But you've taken 2 shots at this point. 2 pretty bad shots at this point. And that pollen is starting to congregate more and more towards where you are. For the time being, your speed is halved.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool.
It's going to take something very simple to just take a move to wipe this pollen off of you, but it's starting to collect and it's starting to become a nuisance at this point.
Okay.
And last but not least, Bo, you take another shot. This is a 18 to hit.
no dice.
No dice. Okay. That is it for the Green Army men. Kiara.
Ow. I've been looking at my spells as to which I want to use. Is there a... Can I tell if these people are gone? Like, is there any saving them, or just by they've got a mushroom growing out of their neck? I'm assuming that's a no, based upon my knowledge of plants. But like,
give me an argument. What sort of nature check here?
Sure, I'm as a druid, I should be really good at these, but I'm not. So here we go. That's a 5.
You watched a National Geographic show one time. It might have been a kid's show. It was probably
I'm
a kid
more
show.
marine biologist.
You
not
watched
fungal expert.
you watched Wild Kratts one time, and during Wild Kratts, they talked about how there are certain animals where a plant can embed itself in the animal, causing it to be the closest thing that we know as like zombies. It was their Halloween special, really, on the Wild Kratts. So, but that's about as much as you know. You don't know whether these guys are alive or far gone. I'll say this, as a druid, they certainly don't stand much of a chance in here.
Yeah. Okay. I am.
It's okay.
How much distance is between me and the closest one to me?
15 feet away.
Cool. I am going to cast Flaming Sphere. Flaming Sphere.
Flaming sphere. Yes, absolutely. I'm about it. You're encompassing how many of them with this flaming sphere?
It is only a 5-foot diameter sphere, so it's not huge.
Okay.
So,
Three
I
of
don't
them.
want to go. Okay, that's fine. I didn't want to hit Bo because I know he's up front.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast it. Casting sphere. I need a dex check.
From the 3 that did very well, the 3 that look really hurt, or 3 near the end that don't look as hurt?
Let's do the 3 near the end because I want to let Bo have something to punch.
19 dex check.
Okay. That passes. 16 was what I was looking for.
Okay.
So he takes half damage then.
Half damage. The good news is
I
that
appreciate it.
the fire seems to be doing a little bit more oomph to it than you would and I would say everybody sees it at this point.
Okay. I'm casting it at 3rd level, which is just 1 step up, so it's just 1 extra d6.
Sure.
Nice. So it's 16 points total, so
8 points.
8 points.
8. Boom, boom, boom. Okay.
8
They don't look happy about it.
Okay. That's concentration. I don't think I can do anything cool.
Cool. Is that your turn?
I just want to double check. I think so. Yes. That's my turn.
Okay. Bo, your turn, buddy.
Oh, I'm so excited to do this. I've been looking forward to this all day. He cuts the distance. Like it's 15 foot away, so he goes to the 3 healthiest looking ones.
Yep.
He looks back at the groups that just busted him out, and he's like, "Thanks for the drink." And he just taps the keg on his shoulder. And for a bonus action, I'd like to rage, please.
You can go ahead and rage, as Bo has done a little bit of multiclassing in his time in Neverland. And yes, you can rage away.
You see just like him just short out just a little bit as the lightning aura starts going around him a little bit, and it pegs one of them, pegs the healthiest guy with the chain lightning that goes through. So DC 14 save.
DC 14 dex save?
Dex save, yep.
Yep, he makes his save, unfortunately.
That's fine, still half damage. So 2 lightning damage.
2 lightning damage, like a boss.
Yeah, he turned into a Tesla coil. It's great. And then you just see him just like take his fists together, just go and just lay into the first one he sees.
Do it. Give me 2 attacks.
22.
22 hits. Roll damage.
22 and a 15.
15 misses. 22 hits.
Okay, so that is 12 points of bludgeoning then.
12 points of bludgeoning. Bah! That's your action. Your bonus action. You doing anything else?
If he is, because I took the Crusher feat, if he has 5 feet to move backwards, he moves 5 feet.
This dude, yeah, you know what? This is one of the dudes that made his save, but you push him back near the wall with the other ones.
Yeah.
Got it.
Just the force is BOW and just knocks him back 5 feet.
Oof. Okay. Is that your turn?
That's all I can do.
All right, Texas, you're up.
Y'all, if this works, we may be able to stop hitting him and get some help. And I'm gonna look at the guy who looks healthiest at this moment and say,
It's a relative term with the amount of casting and punching that's been going on.
well, because I don't know how much of this is like plant zombie magic and how much of this is fey magic and how much of this is what. So anyway, I'm gonna say, listen, we're the good guys here. You're supposed to be helping us out. So get behind me and let's go get to the bottom of this. And I'm gonna cast suggestion because I would rather use up a second level and find out if it doesn't work than a sixth.
Okay. Okay, what is the save on suggestion?
All right, it is a wisdom save of 17.
Okay. Hang on. What is it? One person? Is it a group of individuals?
It's one person with my second level.
Okay.
I can do a group later if this works, but
Okay, they fail the save. So I'm going to let you go into a contest with the person who originally took control from this person. So as your spell gets in on it, you now have to fight the person who is controlling these people. This is a battle of wills. Okay?
Okay.
So I need your spellcasting ability modifier and a d20, and I'm going to roll their spellcasting ability modifier and a d20. Just as a heads up, it's charisma for the two of you.
Oh, fun. Yeah, it would be charisma, wouldn't it? Okay. It's a 19.
He got a 16. You wrench control back from this one individual, and as you do, the mushroom on their neck begins to wither and die and blacken, and as it does, it will fall to the ground, and so will this individual. He will hit his knees and catch himself there and start coughing up what looks to be a green sort of sludge out of his lungs, out of his mouth, and he will cough up what looks to be, of all things, a spider. Like he coughs up a tiny spider out of his mouth that hits the ground, and as this green sort of sludge comes out, and you're reminded of the white cocoon, like right as you came into the place in the guard shack. But as the spider leaves, he looks beat up. It looks like he's gone a couple rounds, but he looks in control of his faculties.
Nice.
Okay. I'm trying to think of, because I have not used any movement. I have not used a bonus action.
Correct. You just made somebody throw up a spider. That's it.
That's great.
My wife just checked out. She's gone.
So I don't think I had any. I do have. Okay, I've got like my clothes and a bedroll and things like that. So because I wanna pick up this spider. I want to capture the spider.
Most people, when they see someone cough up a spider, okay, yeah, give me a dexterity check, Texas, as you run forward with your hand, I suppose, like a blanket.
Well, no, but I'm gonna use cloth. Yeah,
Cloth.
I'm not gonna actually touch the spider, but like,
Give me a contested dex. You do a dex check. I'll do a dex save.
Okay. No, I probably didn't. That's like an 11.
The spider rolled a 6. They don't have a huge dex. It's a little tiny spider. But you managed to catch the spider in the sheet.
Okay. I'll just use whatever's left of my movement or whatever to stick it in my like my water skin.
You are welcome to add baby spider into your inventory if you would so choose. Texas, is that the end of your turn?
Yep. Because I don't have anything left.
Turk, it is now your turn.
I'll sing you baby spider now.
Okay.
No, I'm not saying it out loud now. No.
Baby spider, do do
Nope.
do do do. Baby spider, do 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 do. Climb
No,
in your
drive to your
mouth,
house.
do 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 do. Climb in your
That
mouth,
can
do
stop
do
right
do do. No.
Control your brain.
The average human eats
So-
7. Spiders do.
Is Turk aware of the whole spider situation that has just happened?
Man, you just saw
Well,
it
I
happen.
did say beforehand. I said if this works, we might be able to get some help.
You just
So-
lived it. This is my nightmare. This is going to replace the clown of my nightmares. Like, you all just watched it.
Well, just put me in a quandary because all of a sudden these guys have gone from enemies to poor saps that are taken over by somebody else.
They are Green Army men.
G.I. Joe's there.
Knowing it's half the battle.
Go Joe.
Turk is going to draw his 2 short swords and he's going to attempt to cut mushrooms off the back of necks of people or knock them out. He's going to try to do non-lethal damage to these guys.
You're specifying non-lethal damage to the Green Army men.
Correct. But going to see if I can knock them out.
But you sound so defeated. You're like, oh man, I can't kill these guys. Like, darn it.
Mushroom.
You know, it was all clear and easy until he coughed up a spider, and then after that,
I guess.
all
Listen, I guess that's my job as a DM, kids. Occasionally, you got to make the bad guys cough up a spider to give your players moral pause. You know what I mean? Like, give me attack rolls non-lethal as you aim for the shroom.
All right.
That's my new Rusted Root cover band. Called it.
Rusted Root cover band. Noise.
Oh no, Turk froze.
No.
Mid shroom.
No!
All right.
Or he ate them all.
We're gonna come back to Turk here in a second. Cass, what are you doing?
Cass is going to start brushing off the pollen on her for however long it's going to cost, and try and do some healing and make a bit of an action to get moving towards.
I'm hoping that Turk comes right back.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
All right,
taking
his
the nursery rhyme.
His what?
His first roll was an 11.
Wait, is he narrating to you?
I called him, yeah.
How about this, guys? Mid-battle, it's 10-11. We'll stop right here. We rarely stop mid-battle, but we're going to come back with Turk's roll. We have plenty of arc, and who knows? We'll get more time with Moswald, and that is a good day. Okay? Welcome, Bo, to the group. We love you guys so much. We're actually going to go raid a channel real quick. We're going to go show the love. And I'm going to vamp just for a second as we go raid a channel real quick and go share the TTRPG love. Turk, Wolfgren, we're gonna build up suspense, buddy. We're gonna go raid a channel. We're gonna go raid Mini Terrain Domain, which is my Rusted Roof cover band. We love you guys so much, Indigo Connect, and hey, thanks for getting lost with us. Heart hands, heart hands, heart hands.